What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. And this is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 6. Y'all, I'm gonna just let y'all know right now that I have a few positives for this episode. I first want to get it started off saying this. I think it's quite fucking strange how the production is really trying to paint a picture, and I don't know if they're trying to I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to go out of their way to try to make it look like Candy's the villain, or go out of their way to villainize Candy and victimize Marlo in this like she's some fucking cherub. Yes, there are certain things that we did see, but I'm going to get into that as we get into this. So let's start off here. They pick up on the last episode, and they open up with a montage. The montage is dating all the way back to 2011, the old ass seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And strangely, Nene has been erased out of the whole credits of the old seasons, and I think that's quite fucked up. Now, I understand that Nene has done some fucked up shit, but at the end of the day, the whole reason that this cast is here, the whole reason that this show is here to this present day is off of the back and the foundation that Nene set forth for the show to even pop in the first place. Let's just be fucking real. Now, I don't like the lady like that. I don't like Nene. I think that she's a nasty ass person, and it really don't surprise me that her and Marlo are very, good friends because they're very similar personalities. But at the end of the day, this lady has done so much for this show and has set the precedent and groundwork for this show to be successful. And not only that, strike fire and cause all of the rest of the franchise to exist. Not saying that it was the first one, but I'm saying that this show took it out of the pigeonhole that the Housewives was in when it was Orange County and really blew the Housewives up into the stratosphere. So I think it's really fucked up how they're going to sit here and remove her out of the credits like she was never a part of the damn show. Like y'all wasn't literally focusing on her all those seasons back in the past. That's fucking strange to me. But at the end of the day, we see Candy and Marlo's relationship. From 2011, we see Candy bringing up the fact that, she hears rumors about, Marlo having sugar daddies. Then it goes into, Marlo and her talking about, the rumors, her being, a sugar mama. Then it goes into, her and Candy being all good and stuff like that. Let me be your secret shopper. Let me use your card, all of that other shit. Then we see the footage. So now they're showing us unedited footage, unaired, that was from 2020. Now, this footage that they're showing us is in regards to the whole fiasco that Marlo is talking about. So we see the text messages before we actually see them in scene. So we see text messages from Marlo. Marlo say, "Hey, Candy Yams, do you know somebody by the name of Quentin something, something, something?" She says, "Yeah. Let me go check my, the names and stuff like that." She says, "Yes, he he hasn't been working with us anymore, but yeah, he used to work for us." This is when Marlo says, "Oh wow, that's my nephew. He was just unalive, just a couple days ago." Candy responds and says, "Wow, damn, I'm really sorry to hear that." End of the conversation. Now it's the next day after the conversation takes place, right? So we're at Riley's, packing up ceremony because Riley is getting ready to go off to college, right? So we see, Riley and Candy both embrace, Marlo. Marlo's knocking on the door talking about, "I finally made it to the mansion, to Candy house." They invite her in with welcoming arms and stuff like that. And she sits down, in the midst of them packing, and she says, "You know what? I'm not trying to dampen the mood, but, there's something that I have to tell you. Like my nephew just got killed, and, I'm feeling really emotional." We see Marlo get emotional. We then see Candy get up out of her seat and go hug Marlo. Not only that, but she tells Marlo beforehand, "I know what that's like to lose somebody so close to me because I lost my brother and I just felt a numbness to it." She hugs Marlo, comforts Marlo. Marlo comforts her. Now we in present day. We gonna save this conversation for the end of the video. Follow me. So now we're sitting here with Marlo and her manager slash friend slash village slash wherever the fuck they are, because honestly, I don't believe they're any of those things. They're just her homegirl and homeboy. So this is Ty and Justin. They're her village. She says, so now, like, you know, her Ty is saying that she's up here putting up flyers and stuff like that about Marlo looking for a man. Marlo says, girl, you better not do that. She says, I was just kidding. At this point, Marlo says, you know what, let's move on, because this topic, you know, we have some other important things to talk about. She says, I want a man that can make me smile. And then she says, William and Michael are so used to my attention, he's really going to have to be that guy to balance it all out. What if he tries to touch my butt? And then she says, you know, girl, let him do that. You know, this is Ty talking to her. She says, girl, I might not be able to control myself. We all know Marlo give a dyke tease, and I'm not even about to play these games. Marlo gives me carpet munching tease straight out of, you know, one of them, you know, Video Max, Cinemax, carpet munching videos. I don't believe Marlo want no man. I believe Marlo want a nice woman to lay behind or lay on top of or lay in between and, you know, scissor and all construction papers of shit, right? So then she says, you know, but we have bigger issues. You know, forget me being single. Forget my personal life and my dating life. Let's talk about something more important. So she says, Courtney invited all of the girls to her, you know, escape room event. But you know, Drew was running her mouth. You know, when Drew brought up the shooting, you know, Candy gave her this look, and this bitch uses synonyms. You know, you can't pick and choose to only use the platform as advertisement, Candy. You got to be held accountable as well. Now, this is my thing. What the fuck is Candy being held accountable for? Let me know. Like, I'm not understanding the thought process behind that, because it's not like Candy is the one out here pointing gats at bitches like this is Grand Theft Auto. She's simply a woman who owns a business that unfortunately something had happened at. Luckily, nobody lost their life, right? But it's nothing to hold her accountable for. Not to mention, it had nothing to really do with her, like, you know, personally, more so her business. But she, you know, this is when she goes into, you know, why her and Drew got into it. And mind you, the bitch is lying. Like, Marlo was just straight up lying in this. And so she says Drew is running her mouth. And, you know, when Drew brought up the shooting, you know, she didn't use the word, she used incident. So afterwards, you know, me and Drew was talking and she wouldn't shut up. Mind you, I was being an active listener. Girl, no, you wasn't. You wasn't listening to actually listen. You were listening to respond, because what you wanted Drew to do, you wanted Drew to bring in that messy ass conversation and try to put Candy on blast about having a shooting at her store. At her restaurant. So you were mad that she didn't use the word shooting, but she used the word incident, which really don't even make a fucking difference anyway, because at the end of the day, we all knew what happened because the shit was on the news. So she says, you know, like, you know, I was listening. So then I began to talk and the bitch wouldn't stop talking. So eventually I just got up and I told her to shut the fuck up. My nephew was dead, bitch. And honestly, I don't even know where that came from. I can't even remember what really happened. I don't even know what made me say that. But the thing is that, you know, my nephew worked at Old Lady Gang and the shooting just made me emotional, and Candy did not show any acknowledgement or care about my nephew's passing, nor towards my family. First of all, Marlo, fuck your family. Fuck you, your family, your aunties, your uncles, your sisters, your brothers, all of you motherfuckers. Because at the end of the day, it's really fucking disgusting for you to fucking use the death of one of your family members, the death of somebody, as a beacon to try to gain a storyline and to try to reach at straws when you don't have anything else to fucking talk about. At the end of the day, it's a real person that lost their life, and that's somebody that's related to you. And for you to take that and use it and you try to use that as a way to try to damage somebody's reputation and assassinate their character is really fucking low. And it lets me know that you and your family ain't shit. Which is probably why your mama told you when you were growing up that you was fucking ugly and fucking worthless. Because none of y'all have morals. Obviously, that's a running trend in your fucking family for you to even have the audacity, have the fucking unmitigated gall to sit here and use the death of somebody and try to tie it into something that never even fucking existed, because we saw this woman acknowledge you. We saw this woman do all of these things, hug you, relate to you, tell you her pain, her trauma, relate to you on a personal level, when she didn't even have to do that, because honestly, your ass was never trustworthy from the fucking beginning. I truthfully don't even know why these fucking women give you chance after chance to burn them over and over again. You let it be known multiple times that you were a fucking snake. But let me not. So she says, you were supposed to send flowers, cater to OLG. I didn't even know was bothering me. The manager number one, Ty, said, it could be therapy, bringing that out from the surface. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Why is this woman entitled to have to send you flowers? Why is this woman entitled to have to cater shit to you because your nephew passed? What the fuck are we even talking about? What is this? What are we watching here, y'all? Is it me? It can't be me. Because at the end of the day, she's not required to do anything. And she did give you care. She did acknowledge it. But the thing was, you wanted something of monetary value to make you feel better. You wanted something monetary wise, physical, which lets me know that how much of a dirty bottom of the barrel hoe that you really are, Marlo. But let's continue, because we'll get into that later. So now we with Sanya and her family. Sanya's in the kitchen, cooking up patties. The grandmama said the patties, have been eaten. That was going to be her. I'm so fucking sick and tired of every single time we see a family scene with Sanya, we talking about patties. Look, if it ain't patty pies, I don't want to fucking talk about no damn patties. If it ain't patty pies, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up around me. If it ain't beef patties, 2 off beef patties, I don't want to talk about it. Not at all. But she lets us know in her family, she says, Mommy Nation is now going to be on Belk.com, and it's going to be accessible to 17 million people. Now, you would expect her family, to be happy, congratulations, under the sea, Sanya. Congratulations, but her sister looking salty. Her sister is looking real salty about it. And I'm just like, do your sister even want you to have success? Because at the end of the day, doesn't your success offer them a place to stay because they don't have no motherfucking money and they don't have no jobs? Why is Sanya's sister so fucking salty, y'all? Let me know in the comment section. I'm interested to hear. All right. So this is when she sits down, because she already sees that her sister already has some real salty ass energy. So she sits down and she says, I know that you're offended, a little bit when I told you about what Ross said. The sister said that she was shocked because this setup works for them. Sanya says that she told him the same thing. And, Ross doesn't think about logistics because Ross even missing 4 of the cycles and he talking about having a baby. Baby, listen. If Ross ain't out there fucking other bitches, allegedly, I don't know what it is. This man ain't having sex with you. You barely even seeing him. We ain't seen him for majority of the season. The only time we saw him was at his birthday party. What the fuck is he doing in Houston? We want to know. What is he doing in Houston, Sanya? That's what we really need to get into. What you need to do is pop up down there into the Texas where everything is bigger, unlike your ass and hips, and you need to go and see what this man is doing. Because I don't trust Ross. I don't trust the nigga. And at the end of the day, Sanya's sister, you gonna have to pick a fucking side. You're gonna have to pick a side, sis. Because do you want to stay there or not? Do you want to live there or not? You can't be sitting in this fucking woman's house where you're not paying rent. Y'all don't have jobs. You're not even consistent with the shit that you're actually supposed to be doing with her hair. Majority of the motherfucking time, the girl wearing the ponytail any damn way. And you're not even sitting here being consistent about that. And then you have the nerve to call her a dingbot in her fucking house and tell her that she's being inconsiderate of you because she wants to take your children out to go play when it's dinner time. You know, your man isn't eating his lunch. So what the fuck do you want it to be? Do y'all just want to sit in her house, not work, not do anything, have attitudes, be ungrateful, and just still stay there, but just watch Deuce? I'm confused. Child, this dog is gonna like cause me a conniption, y'all. Give me a second. Sir, what are you doing? Give me this. You cannot play with this, Michael. This is dangerous. You gotta have better discernment, little pup. Messing around, you're gonna be 10 feet under. Okay? Be careful. All right, go play. I'm almost done, baby. I'll play with you in a minute. All right. My bad. You know, gotta handle, you know, pup kid business. So my thing is like, so what do you want to do? You know, do you just want to like live rent free? Do you just want to let's take advantage of the situation? Because at the end of the day, they're trying to make it seem that Sanya is taking advantage of them, but Sanya is offering you guys a place to live for free, giving y'all jobs, paying y'all on top of it, jobs that y'all are half-assing, might I add. And y'all are still complaining. The mama says, you know, that, you know, well, at least they'll be there. They need somebody who's more consistent. Sanya then says, you know, well, it won't be hard to really argue for you two to stay. Then her sister's offended by that, saying that, you know, while you're talking like that, it's going to obviously be a big gap, you know, in this because we really do a lot. And then she says, but you mad that I'm not fighting for you to stay here, but you said you already leaving. Then her sister says, yes, I am. And I'm saying, like, what I see personally is the fact that her sister is, and I don't know if I'm reaching in this, but I feel like her sister is a little bit envious on where she is in life versus, you know, where Sanya is in life. And she sees Sanya as his moneymaker, and she truthfully wants to leave, but she doesn't have the means to because she unfortunately married a fucking Dusty who don't have shit going for himself, who don't want to work, who lazy, and probably out here fucking other bitches. Period. That's what it is. That's what it is. So now we're gonna move on to the next conversation, y'all. Yeah, Kenya Moore hair spa. Right? Kenya and Nikila go into this building. It's the ceilings is high. It looks so luxurious, and it actually reminds me of the area or the space that if you guys watch Real Housewives of Dubai, there Caroline is it Caroline Brooks? I think it's like Caroline Brooks. She's making a spa, like an actual like just physical spa. And that area kind of looked like that, but it was in Dubai. But they said that it would cost around $400,000 to get everything, you know, situated. She says that she's creating a luxury hair spa, you know, place where there's going to be valet and for people to get a luxurious experience and for them to actually have a getaway. And that's going to be, you know, Brooklyn's legacy that she's going to leave behind for her daughter, which I think generational wealth is very important. And I wish Black people, we understood that and get fucking life insurance. If I see another motherfucking GoFundMe account for a funeral, I'm going to fucking blow it. It's important for us as people to have life insurance, to make sure that we're out here doing the things that we need to do to prolong wealth down our ancestry line. You know, when we're dead, long gone. That's what they're doing. You know, the Caucasian people. That's what they're doing. We need to do the same. You understand? But let's continue. So then she says, I'm really liking Rhoa. Rhoa is a really nice guy. Me and him been talking for 7 months. And, in 7 months, me and Mark got married. And you already know how that ended. But I'm really liking Rhoa. But, we just have a long distance thing, that's going on. I don't really know how much I like the long distance. She says, I really appreciate you, Akila, for looking out for me. Akila says, girl, I'm your mediator friend. I'm your Zen friend. She says, girl, I need that because at the end of the day, the way that these ladies are out here being vipers and snakes, I don't know what it is. She says, Marlo attacked my child. Now I was like, can you? Now you doing too much. Marlo did not attack your motherfucking child. Y'all just be lying. Marlo did not attack your child, but she did say Marlo was banging on the door, beating on my door, and Brooklyn woke up scared, which I am not denying that could be the case, but I'm saying that's like a real big reach to say that she attacked your child. She did not attack your child. Like, Kenya, let's not do the most. Kenya says the only thing that can bring, Marlo back into my good graces if she renegotiated her deal with the devil. I would say, girl, that's never gonna happen because Marlo will sell her kidney, just to be on the show at this point because we see her, definitely taking this down to the pits of hell for a storyline, using the death of her own family member. What a disgusting bitch that is. But let's move on. So now we see Sheree in the chilling. We see Callie. Callie is beautiful. I was like, okay, Callie, yeah. I was like, last time we saw Callie was sleeping on the air mattress after, Sheree couldn't pay her rent, right? So, Sheree's son brings over Mecca, which is his new daughter. Sheree says that, one day he was just walking around the house and, he was acting weird. And she said, what it is, what's the issue? She says that her son says, I have a baby on the way. My girlfriend is 4 months. And she says that what she loves the most is that Cairo is so hands-on with the child. She's saying this with so much thankfulness, with so much pride that she cries. And although I'm very happy that is the case, I really need us to not be championing men to do things that they're supposed to do. That is a requirement. It's 50% your motherfucking child, your DNA. We shouldn't be crying just because you are taking care of your kids. That's what you should do as a parent. That's what you should do when you nutting somebody raw and you have a fucking baby on the way. You should be prepared mentally to take care of your child, especially when your mama rich. And you have certain things that you're afforded that you don't have to be out on the streets. You have a place where you can stay. Right? Because Sheree said at the end of the day that Chateau Sheree was a legacy for her kids. But some people say it's a legacy for her mama named Thelma. Now, I don't know how real that is, what the fuck that may be, but at the end of the day, I love the fact that her son is hands-on with the daughter. I love that. I love that down. I love that down. But at the end of the day, I'm not about to sit here and champion no man for doing something that he's supposed to do as a fucking father, right? We need to stop doing that. We don't I'm not about to give you all of these accolades just for doing shit that you're supposed to do. If I go piss and I flush the toilet afterwards, I don't need a party saying, oh my God, Jeremy, you flushed the toilet, girl. You're supposed to do that. If you use the bathroom, you flush the toilet, right? Maybe it's me, but maybe I don't like Sheree. So that's why I'm feeling a little bit callous towards it, but I don't know. They're making ornaments of the baby's hand. That was really cute. Sheree gets emotional. That was really cute. Now we got Drew and Ralph. Ralph is playing basketball. Drew says, be careful because we don't need somebody else in the hospital. We don't need 2 people sick. He says, I don't get sick. She says, after I have a surgery, you end up having a surgery. He was like, girl, I ain't never had no surgery. She said, you don't remember you had surgery, Ralph? You had throat surgery and you had surgery. And I think that she was alluding that he got a circumcision. And I was like, damn, that's a long time to wait to get a circumcision when you in your 30s. I was like, I heard circumcisions late in life ends up, making your Peter Whacker look ugly. That's just what I heard. I don't know. So she says that, cousin Courtney I'm gonna need you to stop calling this fucking random bitch cousin Courtney. You do not know this lady, Drew. Stop calling her your cousin. We don't know this lady. She like an old ass Kaya from the burbs. We don't need to be calling her or accepting her into our family. We don't even fucking know how her and Ross are even related. Ralph are even related. Can we not just be calling motherfuckers our cousin and family? Can we not do that? Thank you. I would really appreciate that. So she said, cousin Courtney invited us all to an escape room. But she says, I ain't trying to be around Marlo because Marlo got in my face and she started screaming at me because I didn't use the word shooting. I use the word, I use the word incident because I'm from Chicago. And when you use the word shooting, that further perpetuates the violence. And that's not what I'm trying to do because I'm from Chicago. And I was like, if I hear Drew say she from Chicago one more time, whoo, Jesus, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She said she felt like I was letting Candy slide. And I'm not about to be playing with Marlo and her getting in my face because, like, at the end of the day, I would hate to have to beat Marlo's ass. And this is when Ralph says Marlo is like about 6'8". So at the end of the day, that's a big lady. I don't know if you could whoop her. She was like, "Girl, I'm from Chicago." I was like, "Here we go." I was like, just because y'all are from certain areas does not mean that access that opens you up into a matrix where you could just download ass whoopings to get people based on the geographic location that you live. Just because you're from Chicago don't mean that you can fuck people up. Just because you're from Japan don't mean you know karate and kung fu. Just because you from Mexico don't mean you know how to shank somebody. That's not how that works. How many fights did you get in, Drew? And at the end of the day, if you was feeling really froggy like you said that you was, when you saw her hop in your face the way that you did, if you really was like that, an automatic reaction would have been to buzz her in her head like that, because at the end of the day, I thought she was going to hit you. And so did the security. It would have been an automatic reflex if that was really what you was about. So stop bringing up that you're from Chicago. You're really not about that life, sis. And that's fine. You don't have to be. You don't have to bring up that you're going to whoop somebody's ass, because that's not something that you really do. So now we at Candy and Todd, y'all. Todd has written multiple movies. This is what Candy is saying. And she says, but we never got the chance to focus on any of the movies because we were always focusing on the things that I had going on. But, Todd needs a Todd win. And I was like, Candy, that sounds like shade. You like, something tells me that you don't believe in any of the stuff that Todd want to do because, you feel like your ideas are more important, your ideas are more palatable, your ideas are more lucrative, and you feel like his stuff is just like a money pit. I don't know if that was the right terminology that you should have used. So she says to Ty, the girl that I don't mess with like that invited us to an escape room. And in the midst of her talking about that, Kenya calls her with a poison ivy wig. I was like, girl, what in the DC comics is going on here? Why the hell is, Kenya wearing a poison ivy wig? Kenya calls her, and we see that Ace and Blaze are at Kenya's birthday party, for Brooklyn. I was like, that's how you know that they real friends. Because I ain't about to have my child outside of my sight with somebody unless I really trust them, especially at a pool. A pool? Girl, please. Anyway, but she says, I got Sheree and Drew together, and Drew said that Marlo cornered her, and she said Marlo was bringing up an issue with her nephew and someone that worked at your restaurant, and she said that she brought it up to you, and you didn't acknowledge her, and she was saying that you didn't give her flowers, and it says, Candy says that it sounds like Marlo is trying to amp up a situation and make her business look bad. Kenya's on the phone saying, yeah, that is definitely what it's giving. She definitely is out here trying to make you look bad and turn people against you, but I got your back, sis. Don't worry. Peace up. A-Town. So I was like, what? I really respect Kenya. I really respect her for that. A real friend. It's so funny to see Kenya being a real friend to Candy because she feels that they're equally yoked versus her friendship with Cynthia when she was like trying to embarrass Cynthia about not knowing what certain wine was. Y'all remember that? I know I do. Now, Let's move on. Right. So we at the escape room now, y'all. We at the escape room. Drew comes in and she was like, "Oh my God, cousin Courtney. I respect you for really putting this together." Courtney says, "Yeah, I just want to, bring the people together, just make sure everybody's okay, be a piece of, in this group." And this is after you did all that shit bouncing in Candy face in the first episode. I can't stand this sagging neck lady. Okay, so Marlo comes in and says hi. Marlo is so fucking fake. Why are you saying hi to this lady when you literally just like barked in her face, called her a bitch, told her to shut the fuck up, and then you walked out? That was the last time she saw you. And of course, Drew pays her dust. Marlo is such a fucking loser. The epitome of a fucking loser, y'all. I cannot stand Marlo Hampton. Can't stand her at all. So Drew is saying the last time I saw this lady, she was yelling in my face. Candy walks in and immediately all of the people now, mind you, all of the girls had got there at that point, but Candy walks in last. And you can see the energy shift. As soon as Candy gets there, Sanya's like, "Girl, are you okay?" Because Candy has her ass whooping energy on. Her ass whooping energy. She's laced and daced up in it. She's ready to execute an ass whooping to whoever deserves it. Right, which I feel like she is completely okay in doing if she wanted to. So they all sitting down talking. Courtney says, "I think you guys, I'm so happy that you guys, we are all here. We're gonna have such a good time at the, escape room." Candy says, "That sounds nice, Courtney. But Marlo, what is this about you saying something about you having an issue with me about your nephew?" So she says, "You know what, Candy, let's take this on, let's take this, to a separate area, because I don't want the peanut gallery to be around." I was like, "You don't want the peanut gallery around, and you don't want everybody to see how you're lying and the shit that you're accusing her of. And you don't want to lose your alliance or have people who are probably weak and not that loyal to you, period, bouncing over to the other side. So you're gonna pull Candy and Drew aside so you can say what you want to say when you're not around a group, and then victimize yourself when the group is back around." Okay. So Marlo asked Candy, what did she hear? Candy explains that, she heard that she had an issue, that Drew used the word incident, and that, Drew, use other terminology to explain the shooting. So Marlo says, "Yeah, because at the end of the day, when y'all are talking about me slashing people, calling me whores and stuff like that, well, Candy never called you a whore. And you, in the same breath, called Kim Zolciak a whore. And then on top of that, like, if you're out here talking about other people in the way that you talk about them, Marlo, the first thing they're going to talk about is what you have. The only few things that they know about you is the fact that you have mugshots. What are you talking about? It's not like you have anything else in your life to discuss and bring up. Because, it's not like you're open to talk about this. We still don't even know how the fuck you make your money. And I don't give a fuck about no archive. Because I know damn well you ain't making no living off the archive. Where you getting your money from, Marlo? Where you getting the money from? That's what we want to know. But anyway, she says, they use all of these descriptive words, to describe her felonies and her misdemeanors and her petty thefts and her petty crimes and her battery and her assaults, and stuff like that. So she says, "I told Drew to shut the fuck up because my nephew is dead and he used to work for Old Lady Gang." And then she begins to say, when I got there, when you were doing the thing that you were doing with Riley at your house, I let you know my nephew passed, and it's like you didn't acknowledge it. Candy interrupted her right then and there and said, "You sent me a text first." So it was something that we had already discussed even beforehand, but I didn't, like, what do you mean I didn't acknowledge it? And then Marlo says, "What we not going to do is do any fast talking." And then Candy says, "We ain't doing no fast talking, but what you will not do is attach your nephew's unaliving to me and to my fucking business. You're not gonna fucking do that." And then she says, "I'm not mad at," so she's in a confession now. She says, "I'm not mad at you because of my nephew's death. I'm mad at you because you ignored it." And that's just like Candy. Ignore. I'm like, what are you talking about? We literally seen you. We literally seen you at the at her house, and she hugged you, related to you, comforted you. What are you talking about? Like, you just sitting here lying. Like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? You weird ass fucking pigeon headed lady. Big broad ass lady. One thing I don't like about Marlo is the fact that she speaks in a constant baritone voice that makes my eardrums rumble. I don't like that shit. Marlo is always like, at the end of the day, me and Candy have things that we gotta work through, and me and Candy, and me and Candy, and Candy yams, and Candy yams. First of all, can somebody give this bitch a Ricola? Can somebody get her a lozenge? Can somebody get her a warm tea, a hibiscus tea, a eucalyptus tea? I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing Marlo's fucking The Ring, you have 7 days left voice. I'm so fucking over it, y'all. I'm so fucking tired of her fucking broke ass fucking family using motherfuckers for views and to stay on the fucking show. At the end of the day, none of like the death of your son and the death of your nephew and the death of your grandson is not enough for her to parade his death around the show just to give y'all an extra $33 in y'all fucking income tax checks. Okay. The reason that she doing this is because Marlo allowing them to claim Michael and William on their taxes as dependents, probably. I wouldn't be surprised that you motherfuckers out here scamming the government, since you're trying to scam the audience and you're trying to lie to us. You fucking thieves. Anyway, so she says, I'm not gonna allow you to attach your shit to me. Mangetta comes over, Candy says, okay, you better back up. I was like, now, Candy, don't be talking to Mangetta like that. Don't be talking to Mangetta like that, Candy. Candy, like, Mangetta don't deserve that. Mangetta be really Mangetta ain't trying to have no enemies, baby. Oh, Mangetta, you do not belong on this show, sweetie. You might have to leave after this season. And at this point, what I see is like Marlo starting to like conflate issues, right? So now Marlo is starting to speak double. Candy's saying you're like that man who you're saying you like that Metro nephew at my restaurant. He never worked for me. And then Marlo's talking about, what you mean he didn't work for you? He was literally in the pictures with you and everything else like that. But she was talking about her nephew. Mind you, she's conflating and trying to cause confusion because she's getting caught in lies. But I was keeping up with it because one thing I am not is a fucking dummy. And one thing Marlo is a fucking idiot. And what I will not do is be tricked by a fucking fool. Okay? That's what we're not going to do. So at this point, the girls are all coming up because Candy starts to black out. She was like, see, what the you gonna do is listen to me. Wow, what you will not do is attach your motherfucking family to me and whatever is going on at my restaurant. My restaurant had nothing to do with your death. So then Marlo says, first of all, bitch, I heard it was bleep, but we heard her use the word bitch. At this point, Kenya comes and she was like, oh no, we gotta separate. So she pulls Candy back. Candy said, don't you fucking pull me back, because at the end of the day, if she pop off, don't hold me back. Kenya says, I understand, girl. You got stuff to lose. Do not allow this trick to do this. And then Drew is just in the background saying, she's just so aggressive. She's just so aggressive. She's just being so aggressive. Sanya comes over and says, I don't even understand why, Drew is saying that, it's just Marlo being aggressive. Like, she's the only one. I'm here like, Sanya, shut up. Shut up. You are literally a piece of shit. You are like the way that you carried yourself last season, and you caused a beef with Drew because you thought she was being fake and she wasn't treating her friends the right way. You didn't like how she was doing Sheree, and then you see in the same breath Marlo out here using the death of her nephew as a way to get at Candy to have a storyline, and you have nothing to say. You literally are a hypocritical dummy. And we're tired of it. We're tired of seeing you in them box-shaped ass fucking hips. I'm fucking sick and tired of Sanya, them fucking broad ass shoulder blades, that strong ass jawline, and them fucking hips that look like 12-year-old legs. I'm fucking tired of it. We over it. We're over it. We are over it. Give me 1 second, you guys. Hello? Hey, give me like about a good 15 more minutes. I'm recording a video. I'm gonna almost be done, okay? That's okay. All right. So, my bad. My bad. So, Candy starts to tear up because we all know that Candy gets extremely emotional when when she's angry. And then Marlo is steady taunting her, saying, Candy, cry, baby, cry, Candy, cry. And she says, I'm only crying because I can't choke your ass, bitch. And then Candy leaves. She says, let's talk about the fact that she sliced someone up. And this is where I had an issue with production. Production does the flashback that they did earlier in the episode where Candy is saying, a lot of people try to use Marlo's past against her, but she has a beautiful heart. At the end of the day, production team, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on here and why the fuck y'all always picking the losing team to try to put in the forefront of the show. But at the end of the day, if she's using the death of somebody as a way to try to get at Candy and try to pin shit to her, everything is free range at that point. You do not have the right to use death and try to use my fucking business and try to damage my business and demean my character and assassinate my reputation and think that I'm not going to bring up the shit that you actually did do, which is slice somebody's face up. So Candy pulls up a text and she goes into like the text message that we saw earlier. And she says 3 days after that, Marlo is texting her about Cameo links and signing up and talking about is easy lunch money. Sanya comes out. She says she doesn't understand why I had to go there. And once again, I'm like, Sanya, please go away. Please go away. Please go away, you box-shaped ass fucking lady. Please go away with your fucking thumb-headed ass. Please go away. Please. Kenya and Monyetta leave. Sanya ends up calling Drew a lapdog. I'm gonna be like, girl, you talk about she a lapdog for Candy and Kenya, but you're a lapdog for Sheree and Marlo, and the only reason you're a lapdog for them is because you feel that you're better than them. You knew that if you were in the same group with Sheree and Marlo, you would be the loser of the group, because honestly, all you, Marlo, Sheree, and Courtney are fucking losers. But the thing is, you're the least loser out of the fucking group, so it makes you feel good. But at the end of the day, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're fake as fuck. And the same thing that you're trying to hold Drew accountable to, you never held Marlo accountable for it when you saw her trifling and talking shit about your fucking friends. Mind you, when Drew started talking about Marlo, Sanya leaves because that's her girl. But meanwhile, Courtney was talking about Candy and your ass was motherfucking laughing. King, you didn't even know Courtney. You didn't check her or do anything. And that just proves how fake and fraudulent your punk ass is, which is why you never won a gold medal in the 100s. You always had to depend on other bitches, just like you got to do on this show, because you're weak. You're weak. Can't stand these girls. And one thing about it, and one thing for sure, Sheree says, obviously Monyetta and Drew have, passed the burning sands, to cross into Candy's fraternity or sorority. I wonder are they paying their dues? First and foremost, Sheree, when the last time you paid your bills? When the last time you paid these house liens? When the last time you paid your taxes? When the last time you paid anything? And that is the same reason why your house is in your mama's name and not yours. It's not Chateau Sheree, it's Chateau Thelma, and I will never fucking forget it. Y'all some whack hoes. Y'all whack. Y'all whack. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And a lot of y'all talking about, Marlo is making Candy work for her. So y'all think using the death of your own fucking family member is getting somebody to work for something? And what the fuck is this whole thing with Candy needed to work for her check? Candy may not be the most exciting person on the show, but I don't remember a season that goes by that Candy was not open about her life, open about the things that she was going through, not open about anything that was going on in her life. She always has been open, which is why majority of the stuff that we enjoy about Candy is her life. Her life is interesting. The people in her life are interesting. She may not be a force multiplier as far as her personality goes, but the rest of the people that's around her are interesting. And she allows us access into her life to have access to those people. So she's always been honest, regardless if it was for the death of her fiance, if it was Riley and her daddy issues, and Riley not being an active parent, if it was issues with her group, her friends, her family, she's been there and she's been open. Her sex life, her marriage, like her getting into a relationship with Todd. Like, we saw all of it. What are you talking about making her work for a check? We don't know anything about Marlo. Anything about it besides that her motherfucking family is fucking desperate, broke, and they live in 5 people to 2-bedroom apartments. That's all we fucking know. We don't know what Marlo got going on. We don't know anything. We don't know a damn thing. And for you, Marlo, to use the death of your fucking family as a way for you to have a storyline on this show is so fucking deplorable. You really are a dirty scum bucket of a nasty ass, trifling ass wench. Like, it is so fucking gross. And the fact that every single time you lied, they flashed back and showed that Candy actually did comfort you. And then you're saying that, well, I wanted more than comfort. I wanted her to cater, to do something. How fucking dare you? What space? What right do you have to do? What right do you have to request all of this type of shit from people that you don't even offer? When the last time you comforted somebody? When was the last time you offered anybody some support or any type of monetary things when they were going through something? Did you send some fucking flowers when you heard that Melvin was shot? Or did you just try to come on camera and exploit that situation and try to get a storyline and piss Candy off to make her work for her bag? Meanwhile, we don't even know what the fuck you got going on. Where's the archive? Where's the archive? Where's that motherfucking house that you were building? Huh? Where's the wig line that you fucking made that Kenya ended up making an even bigger reveal for her own hair care line for? Where are all of these things that you say that you got going on that never amount to shit? Because at the end of the day, all of this is a desperate attempt to try to get a storyline because you truthfully don't have nothing fucking going on in your life. And you know, if you were not on this show, you would be struggling check to check, giving that pussy out to the highest bidder in the Atlanta fucking streets just to have a fucking roof for you and fucking Michael to live in. William. Fuck you, Marlo, and your fucking family, because this is disgusting. It's worthless. You have nothing going on. And Marlo and Sanya, y'all are 2 of the wackest hoes I've ever saw on the show, aside from Marlo. Period. This is not a game, y'all. This is disgusting. In production, I don't know what y'all trying to do, trying to make Candy look bad. I know what y'all trying to do, make her look like she's contradicting herself by bringing up Marlo's felonies and misdemeanors. But at the end of the day, all is fair in love and war when you up here trying to fucking demean my fucking business and lie on me for a fucking storyline. Bitch, yes, right, I'm gonna bring up the fact that you slashed somebody in the face and they unfortunately ended up committing and later on in life. I'm gonna definitely mention that. And this is why exactly I be trying to tell y'all, Eric is not a fucking good producer. When are they going to fire this tight-faced ass nigga off of the fucking network? You're not doing well on the shows. We're not happy with what you're putting out. We're not. The wackest of all whacks. The wackest fucking producer. The weakest fucking producer. The dumbest fucking producer. To try to play in the audience's face. Are you fucking crazy? Girl. But anyway, y'all. That's all I have to really say. Y'all, this episode really pissed me off. It really did. It really, really did. It really did. It really, really did. It really hurts my heart to see how low this show is going. The levels that they'll go to just to try to get a storyline out is really fucking gross. But y'all, I appreciate you all for watching the show. I appreciate you all for coming by, watching the channel. I want to let all of you guys know that you guys are important, that you guys are loved, that you guys have a purpose, you guys are meant to be here. Don't let nobody ever convince you otherwise. Love, light, and make sure that y'all are praying. Make sure that you look in the mirror and do your affirmations and know that you are deserving of love, that you are deserving of peace, that you are deserving of anything that you want in this life, as long as you're not taking it from somebody else, right? I love you if nobody ever told you that, okay? And if you need a hug, here you go. Come on in. Hope you felt that, because I know I did. And I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I definitely plan on doing the same, okay, you guys? Peace.